Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear. So we're going to have a quick teaching moment, which is primarily why I agreed to, this whole YouTube channel was my wife's idea. And anyway, the premise of it was to teach inexperienced drivers or newer drivers, how to do stuff. That was a lot of it, because nobody comes out of the womb knowing this. So I'm going to show you. I've seen a couple videos on social media this week where people haven't coupled their trailers right. So let's take a look at this here first. Okay. First test, when you're coupling your trailers, you want to make sure everything's nice and tight there. And look back there and make sure that handle is in, right? That pull handle that releases it should be all, when you do it. Now the tug test is a good idea, but here's the problem with that. Like you'll see on mine that there's a silver bar that goes across behind the kingpin. And sometimes, especially during the winter, when that fifth wheel grease gets down in there and it gets really cold, it gets really hard and stiff. And sometimes if that silver bar that goes across there doesn't go all the way, it might only go halfway. Well, when you do the tug test, it might pass that tug test, but eventually when you get going down the road, you can hit a bump and that kingpin can slide right around the edge of that bar and come undone right there. So what you want to do is you want to get down here underneath your truck. You got to crouch down here and look up in there. You see that silver bar up in the middle there? It's going all the way across behind the kingpin. Now yours may not be like that. Yours may actually be the Jaws type. And I don't have that on me right now, but on that one you shouldn't be able to see the kingpin. Okay? You should be able to see. If you can see the kingpin, it's probably not coupled right. So what you want to do is make sure that your dollies are down and get under there and do it again. Okay? So, and that, I tell you what, and also when you slide your tandems, I ran into somebody mentioned this week, and I saw it back when I first started driving. I was out in Ohio on I-70, and there was a set of trailer tandems, and about a quarter of a mile up the road there was a truck with the trailer down in the back of the trailer was down in the ditch. He lost his trailer tandems, and I'm going to show you why. You want those pins right there that we all slide to make our weight legal, those you want to go around after you slide your tandems, and this should be part of your pre-trip anyway, but you go down and look at all of them. Every one of those pins should be poking through a hole. And also another thing you want to look at when you're doing it are these bolts right here. These bolts. 8 of these bolts hold that trailer onto your tandems. You got 2 here, you got 2 at the next pin is, and then you got 2 of them on the other side. Those 8 bolts are holding this trailer onto your tandems. So make sure they're tight. So, but yes, always make sure those pins are in the hole. If they're not, try rocking the trailer. If that doesn't work, get you a big fucking hammer, go back there and beat them. If that doesn't work, especially if you have one of these air activated ones, there is what they call a pin actuator, which is basically an airbag, and it's what makes those pins go in and then pop back out. Chances are, if you're banging on it and it's just sitting there bouncing back and forth in there, then that means that bag isn't working anymore. So you need to have that pin actuator replaced. So anyway, and it's an ordeal. You can do it with the forklift. Just make sure you brace when you pick up the take those 8 bolts out, and you lift the trailer up, and then you make sure you put some heavy duty wood underneath the mast on that forklift, because you don't want that thing to get a hydraulic leak and drop down on top of your head when you're putting that new actuator in. Or just go to a trailer shop. That's a way to go too. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you learned something.